Hey everyone, Chris here with some stories in cardboard. It's been about a 100-day absence since I've made a video. So we're going to jump back in, and I do have some cards to show. I also want to take a little bit of time to kind of talk a little bit about what's been going on with me and just sort of my journey right now through really collecting and life. Hopefully it's not going to be too long of a video. We'll see how that goes, but we'll kind of jump right into it. So as I said, it has been almost 100 days since I've made a video. I think it's actually been 99 days would be today, I think. So somewhere around there, but it's close to 100. And honestly, I honestly did not miss it a whole lot. I missed parts of it. I missed the camaraderie of talking to people through just the comments section and kind of talking about cards and talking about my collecting journey and things of that nature. I did not miss the part of hooking up the camera, getting all that stuff ready, getting the lighting, the angles of this, the angles of that, picking out cards, which sometimes is fun, but sometimes it's not quite as fun because you kind of struggle with what to show and where you're going, what direction for a video. But so yeah, there's that aspect, and then for me, I've just kind of been thinking a lot about where my life is going in this kind of life journey. I'm getting older and getting closer to retirement, so I've been thinking about that some lately. That's starting to look like it's in the hopeful near future here, not too far down the road. So we're trying to make plans for that. Also thinking a little bit about what my collection is going to ultimately look like. I've been at this for over 40 years and I've collected stuff, I've accumulated stuff, and at some point, the accumulation gets to be too much for what the house can hold. And so I've been thinking about, what do I pare down? What do I reduce? What do I get rid of? What are the things that are truly important to me that um, ultimately I want it to reflect who I am as a collector and what I wanted to build as a collection throughout the time that I collected. And then another aspect that has had me thinking a lot lately is I am a person of Christian faith, and it is something that's very important to me. My relationship with Christ is very important to me. I'm not someone who grew up in a Christian household. I actually came to faith in Christ when I was in my 30s, but it is something that's very important to me. And the more I grow in my faith, I started thinking about the things that are important and where I want to spend my time, a majority of my time, and I want things to be in balance. And one of the most important things to me is leading my family to follow Jesus. So a lot of the time that I took away has kind of been spent on that, been building my relationship, reading my Bible, just kind of doing the things that are honestly more important to me than cards. I love cards, but there are more important things. And for me personally, I just want to make sure that my balance is right. And so I've kind of redirected some of those things as far as my time goes. My buying hasn't changed a whole lot. I've got a budget that I pretty much stick to every month, and I'm still kind of sticking with that. So I have picked up some things, but that's kind of where I've been here lately. As I said, I kind of want my collection to reflect who I am and the cards that are important to me. And one of the reasons that I started this YouTube channel was for that very reason. Is when I'm no longer around, I do want my family to have something that shows my personality as a collector. And going back to my Christian faith, I also want, but that's not the most important thing as far as card collecting. I want my family to know other things that were important to me. And as I said earlier, my Christian faith is very, very important to me. I've thought about even starting a channel where I would teach things from the Bible. Don't know when or if I'll do that, but it's kind of been in my thoughts. It'd be something another side of me that I would like for family and friends to kind of know about me and kind of see that personality side. As I say, your cards that you collect kind of reflect who you are, but also I believe your faith also and how you care for your family also reflects who you are. So I do have 4 cards. So we are going to show some cards. I have 4 cards that I'm going to show today. And I have not done a hockey video. Well, I haven't done any video in a while, but really have not shown any hockey cards in a while. So I do want to show my last 4 hockey pickups that I have picked up, because I do love vintage hockey. And it is part of my collection that I really want it to show who I am as a collector. So this first card is a 1963 Parkhurst Boom Boom Geoffrion card. This is the last Parkhurst card set that they had back in the vintage years. And Boom Boom was a great player. He's a Hall of Famer, just a fantastic player. His nickname came from his thundering slap shot that he had. He won 6 Stanley Cups. He was 11-time All-Star, a 2-time Art Ross Trophy winner, which goes to the person who has the most points in a regular season. He won a Hart Trophy in 1961, the league's most valuable player award. And unfortunately for him, he's kind of overlooked in history because of the era he played in. You know, he played in the same time with Gordie Howe, and even on his own team, he was kind of overlooked because of guys like the Rocket, Richard, and Jean Beliveau. And so he's kind of maybe doesn't get quite the recognition that he deserves, but he was just a fantastic player. And I love this card, just the color on it. It's a full body shot, just those bars, and then the yellow in between. And then I love the puck, the design there where it has the puck there. They only did the puck for the Montreal Canadiens cards. And if anybody out there knows, I would be really curious to know what signature that is on the puck. It's the same on all the cards. I have no idea who it is. It doesn't appear to be any coaches, executives, or anything like that from the Montreal Canadiens. So if there are any of those vintage hockey card experts out there, they kind of know the answer to this, I would love to know the answer. Now the next card that I have, I've picked up 4 hockey cards here recently. And this is a 1959 Topps Terry Sawchuk. Sawchuk was just a fantastic player. A lot of people, well, he is one of the greatest goalies of all time. He was 11-time All-Star, 4-time Stanley Cup winner, including 3 and 4 years with the Red Wings in 1952, 53, and 55. Now, he took over being the regular goalkeeper for Detroit in 1951 when Harry Lumley got injured. And he came in and he played so well that Lumley lost his job. And bear in mind, Lumley had just led them to a Stanley Cup in the year prior in 1950. Now, Sawchuk, he finished his career with 447 wins, which was the most at the time when he retired, and his record stood for 30 years. He also had the record for 103 career shutouts, which that record stood for 40 years when Martin Brodeur broke his record. Now, he died really young in his early 40s, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, but he and his teammate, who they were roommates, they got into a fight over some bills or something like that, Ron Stewart, and ultimately Terry Sawchuk ended up dying because of injuries from that fight. Now, the next card I have, I picked up, this is also from the 1963 Parkhurst set. It's Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe. I don't really need to talk too much about Gordie Howe. Everybody mostly knows about Gordie Howe. I love the design of this card with the flag in the background, and it's just a great pose. And I think anytime I can pick up a Gordie Howe card, I'm really happy and excited to do that. And then the next and last card that I have been looking for a 1954 Topps card for some time to add to my collection. And I've been pretty picky, kind of looking for the right price, maybe the right player. And while this was maybe not my top players in the top player group that I wanted, he is a Hall of Famer, and the price was right, and I thought it was a good card to pick up for my first one. And that is Hall of Famer Harry Howell of the New York Rangers. Now, 1954 Topps Hockey is just a beautiful, beautiful classic design. And I really love the Rangers cards in this set, just because of their uniforms and the colors, the red, white, and blue. And it really goes well with the design here. So this was a card that the price was right, and I decided to pick it up. You can see the background here. Harry Howell, like I said, he is in the Hall of Fame. He was the last person to win the Norris Trophy, which goes to the best defensive player in the league, prior to expansion and prior to Bobby Orr reeling off 8 straight, when Bobby Orr just kind of took a stranglehold of that. But anyway, that's what I have for today. I guess the video wasn't quite as long as I thought it would be, which I guess that's a good thing. So anyway, I don't know how many videos I'll be making, how often. I am going to continue to do card videos. Probably not as frequently as every week as I was before, because I also do want the videos to kind of be better and have a little more meaning to them when I do them. But that's all I have for today. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.